And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. How is your morning? Whew. We've already reached our high. Did I mention that? We're 57 right now, and we expect the high to be 56. So chilly weather in store for us. Keep that in mind as you're planning. Keep you a jacket with you no matter where you're going, or somebody like me that might be called thin-blooded, a heater close to you. And whatever you do, don't go to Odie's office. The air conditioning is awful. It's broke.
None of the air conditioner works.
Oh, it works real fine. It just won't turn off. You sit and chatter while trying to talk to him. We've got a lot to discuss today. So much went on yesterday afternoon. We're going to discuss the monkeys coming up at 7 o'clock on the local news. I hope you'll join us back for that. Lots went on with that. Also, we'll talk about the hurricane that went on and all the headlines that are shaping America. As we go to Doc's Toyota Radar this morning, let's take a look at what we've got going on here. There are some light showers through 8 a.m. that we're watching. Most of the heavy stuff has already moved off to the east, a little bit still around Tupelo. We should expect more showers moving in after 4 o'clock this afternoon. And as you'll see this desert color here that we've got a wind advisory also for the area through 7 p.m. tonight. Gusts of up to 30 miles an hour possible. Look at this. It's going to be gusty, gusty, gusty. So keep it in mind. Actually, 40 now is what they're predicting. Sustained winds of 15 to 20. Gust up to 40. That's a bunch, isn't it? We'll cover all that. Diane, good morning. Rick joins us. Laida, Terry, so many of you up and at 'em today. Get your coffee and let's get a good word. Let's go out to Collinsville First Baptist.
Have you ever done the same stupid thing you said you'd never do again? Well, you're in good company because that's exactly what Abraham did. After years of walking with God and witnessing miracles and receiving promises, he fell back into the same lie that nearly cost him everything back in Egypt. "She's my sister," he told King Abimelech as he entered into his territory. And that threw Sarah into danger, jeopardizing the promise that God had given them about a son. Abimelech saw her beauty, thought she was available, and took her into his harem as one of his wives. Now, this wasn't a small mistake that Abraham made. I mean, it was catastrophically stupid. Abraham's deception could have destroyed God's entire redemptive plan. You see, through Sarah would come Isaac, and through Isaac, the nation of Israel, and ultimately the Messiah. Right? One foolish decision threatened everything. But I want you to watch what God does here. He doesn't abandon his faithless servant or this endangered plan. God intervenes directly, warning Abimelech in a dream to return her, threatening his life, closing every womb in his household. God protected Sarah's purity. He preserved his promise. He even had a pagan king rebuke Abraham. How humbling is that? Beloved, let that truth demonstrated here comfort you. God's plans don't depend on our perfection. Even when we act foolishly, we compromise out of fear, or we repeat those same old sins, God remains faithful. Not because we deserve it, because he's committed to his promises and his people. Now, this reality should encourage struggling believers like you and me today. Yes, our sins have consequences, and yes, God calls us to wisdom and faith, but when we fail, and we will, his plans don't collapse. His grace covers our stupidity. His sovereignty redeems our messes. So trust him even when you can't trust yourself. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As we start looking at headlines across America, we go to Alabama. Special election held for State House 12. I'm going to say this Republican won this with a landslide. 88.8% voted for Cindy Myrick over Matthew Glover. She takes a win on that one. Pretty big one there. Congratulations to her. As we look at this, and I go to Donald Trump's page to show you this. This is working very well for Japan and the United States. Have you seen this picture? He posted this earlier this morning, them coming down the stairs together. She liked him so much, and I won't even try to say his name, but she gifted him the golf clubs of the former prime minister. And Abe, I'm not familiar with him, but she's giving me his putter. That's probably bigger than I really realize of a gift from Japan. Typically it's swords, is it not?
Yeah.
But a big deal there. Congratulations to him there. Let's see here. What else is going on this? Did you see where the guy, Angie talked me in one time going to Mississippi State to watch a ball game. And I had in my head we were going to be there on the field, and next thing you know, I'm way up there. And it took 45 minutes to reach it since I got this thing about heights. And after I got to my seat, I wouldn't come down. But a hockey game, same situation, way up there. Carrying his Cokes and popcorn, trips, falls over the side, and
Wow.
careful where you sit. It's the moral of this story. My, oh my. It had glass as a protector over the edge, and it didn't work out well for him. Still alive, but we hope that works out. I don't know. I'm just got a fear. You understand now?
Oh, yeah.
That floor of the 3-foot building, I ain't so sure yet.
That trip, the way I ran towards the edge.
Do y'all realize what Apple is worth? $4 billion. $4 billion. That's a chunk of change. Put that in your tooth. Now, there's been so much talk, and this is just pure talk. We now have the president admitting that. And we've got, of course, Mike Johnson say it can't happen because of the Constitution. It just doesn't let the president be in for a third term. The only way that I could think that would work is if he became vice president and something happened to the sitting president. He could be put, that would be it. And I doubt Trump could handle being vice president.
Oh, no.
He's not that kind of fella. He's large and in charge and couldn't play second fiddle. Y'all know that. It would be one squabble after another. It wouldn't work out. Some people aren't meant to follow. Some are meant to lead, and that's where he falls. Now, I didn't know about this site until this morning. Are you aware that what's his face? Elon has started another page. You know how Wikipedia is out there, and I never say it right? I got another one I can't pronounce right. Grokopedia? Grokipedia? Is that how you pronounce it?
No, it sounds good.
We're kind of close to that. And it shows the different contrast of how stories are covered. And I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you how Wikipedia put this, and then I'm going to show you the story from the one that Elon has started. Now, this goes back to George Floyd. Just point blank, this is just an example of how these things are written. As you go here it is from Wikipedia. It says he was an African-American man who was murdered by white officers in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The first line there. Let's take a look how, when we go over to Elon's page, George Floyd was an American man with a lengthy criminal record, including convictions for armed robbery, drug possession, and theft in Texas from 1997 to 2007. Drastically differently the way they're written. That is out there if you care to use that. I looked up one person just to see how it did. Hank Jr., there it is. It tells a little bit about him. Check out that site. It's supposed to be straight down the middle. No ifs, ands, or buts. Let's hope it stays that way. It does appear that it is. We show that during this shutdown, what's going on, the GOP, Republicans are gaining as the Democrats were wanting this to fall apart. Again, a shutdown is bad on all parts. One side wants the other side to do this, but we're seeing that overall, the Republicans are up 2%, and in Congress, they're up 5% approval ratings with this going on. Who loses? The American public. We got to get this worked out. They got to get together and get things rolling again. What will happen when November snap Armageddon? We'll see what becomes of that. Do you remember the hush money where they were going to fine him? He's appealing that. As we go to other things, this is something you should go look at. Homeland Security, the official page, it's on Twitter. This is just an example, and I read parts of this, and you should watch this video here. And again, Homeland Security, this is on Twitter. Go here and watch this video. It's lengthy, but well worth it of what these agents go through day to day. This was on a street corner where they've got everything in the world thrown at them. They are officers of the law, and no one should talk to them the way they were. Watch that. Form your own opinion. Don't take mine. Watch it for yourself. Again, you can find that on Twitter at Homeland Security, and I want you to do that. It's not going to be a test later, but you should. You should. Do you remember, and this has been 3 years ago is why I say, do you remember? And I can remember covering the story. I don't remember all the details, to where a teacher, it was said that possibly a student had a gun in a backpack. It was in Virginia. Someone reported it to someone over them. Then they eventually reported it to the principal, and nothing was done. It was, well, no one went and checked it out. Pretty soon, a 6-year-old shot a teacher. Do y'all remember that? No one had checked the bag after it had been reported and reported and reported all the way up the chain. That teacher is now suing the school system for $40 million for not doing their job. Will she win? I don't know. Will it most likely be a settlement out of court? Probably. Insurance will want to settle with them quickly to get that over with. This happens from time to time. We saw it in New Orleans. We've seen it all around the U.S. of A. where someone accidentally is let out of prison. California is where we go for this. It comes from the Martinez Detention Facility. Isaiah Andrews, 20, was released from the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office. Local charges. They're looking for him. He's dangerous. Hopefully they'll find him. But that does happen more often than you think. In sad news, and everybody that's got a teenager should have a talk, especially if they have little girls, of what to do if someone was to ever try to harm them, hurt them. As we go to a story in Texas where a 13-year-old was getting kidnapped. Now, you can only imagine why someone is kidnapping a 13-year-old. It'll be that trafficking word is where we would go with that. She ended up biting the guy's hand and escaped. Isn't that good? Teach your daughters what to do in the case of an emergency. You just never know. Does the studio audience have when is it too old to have children? When is it you should say, okay, I've had my kids? What did he say? 35? 20? 35?
35.
35 is what Odie says. Kelsey Grammer. You know what I'm talking about? The guy who used to play on Cheers, and then what was the show he had where he was? Frasier. He has just had his 8th child at 70. 8 of them, y'all, at 70. Woof. I'm going to say he's going to be too tired to play football in the backyard. I'm just guessing here. Odie just said he ain't going to make it to graduation. You know, you're right. You're absolutely right. Haley, good morning. How are you doing there? Let's see here. I don't know that this will happen, but there's calls for it across the United States. We've been seeing all about this auto pen, Biden's pen that wrote everything. He didn't actually probably know anything about it. Can I prove that? No. It's all theory at this point, but in most cases point to that. The House Oversight Committee is saying that everything that was signed with that pen needs to be redacted. What y'all think? Be a lot of people that got out of prison that would have to go back, would they not? Mm-hmm. There's no telling what that pen signed that he had no clue as he guessed where he had to walk. Like him or not. And I've often said, Biden is probably one of those guys, it was good to sit down and have a conversation with him. He'd be very polite. It was just he would reach a point where he could not be a leader. Maybe he never was, I'm not sure. Likeable person, but was in despair those last few years. So what do you keep in your home that's valuable? Where is the line that you go, okay, that's too valuable to keep at home. I need to go to a safety deposit bank inside a bank. Well, we can tell you that there's a New York home that wished they had done that. As thieves broke into their home and stole $3.2 million worth of jewelry out of their safe. $3.2 million. I know you're thinking it's a insurance heist. It's okay to think it, but they have been robbed. This is one of those, I can't really believe what I'm reading as it happened. On a flight from Chicago to Germany, you get in an argument with somebody who sits behind you and he forks you. No, I'm not kidding. Stab 2 teens with a fork. My, oh my. Keith, you ever been forked over there?
No.
No, he hadn't. And he's been to a lot of scenes. We got a fireman in the house this morning. Wow. So he's going to be going to jail for a while. Amazon set to lay off 14,000 corporate employees. You know who's going to be replacing him? A little fella named AI. I used to say it was Al, but it's AI. What else do we have happening this morning? Tragedy strikes Tennessee as we had 2 employees shot at a Tennessee plastics plant. What they're guessing now is former employee. And Haley's comment put the smirk on me there. She said it was a lot better than getting spooned. Keith, you been spooning lately? I'm getting no comments. Y'all wait till he gets on there. We'll find out the rest of that during the 7 o'clock show there. Let's see here. We have a woman in Cleveland, Ohio, that's been given a life sentence. She killed a 3-year-old. In my opinion, that's not good enough. As we go to Mattel, Barbie, although they're saying tariffs are bad, looks like Mattel is going to do well this season as projections are big for Barbie as a toy this year. I hope it does. I hope it sells well for them. Let's see here what else is going on today. It's several things here. We have 25 states are going to sue Trump over the SNAP benefits. I don't quite see how he's responsible for that when it's in Congress, but okay, you can do that. It's your choice as to what you want to do. The storm of the century has struck, and what we know at this point, and this number is probably going to go up. The latest number I have seen is 7 people have died as Hurricane Melissa came ashore at Jamaica. It's headed for Cuba. It's bad. The thing is humongous. We'll look at all of that on radar and give you the latest of what we've got next. We'll do that in just a moment here at the Scotty Ray Report.
Have a sleigh full of fun this season with gifts and accessories from Al's Garden and Gift. The spirit of Christmas shines at the Christmas shop with beautiful trees, snow globes, nativity sets, and more. Unique accessories, gourmet food, gift baskets, and gift certificates are perfect for parties and gifts. Santa's elves are preparing for an exciting shopping season. Al's Garden and Gift Christmas Open House is Saturday, November 1st. Charm and beauty await your home this wonderful season. Merry Christmas from Al's Garden and Gift.
When your AC goes out, your sink leaks, or your breakers are tripping, you need help fast from someone you can trust. That's why we work hard to have the fastest service times and the most knowledgeable technicians in Central Mississippi. Our promise to you, at your door in under 24. So don't wait days for others to show up. Call Environment Masters for hassle-free plumbing, electrical, and AC. At your door in under 24, because it's not cool to make you wait.
The Scotty Ray Report studio is sponsored by Environment Masters, providing hassle-free heating and cooling, plumbing, and electrical services since 1957, and now serving Meridian homeowners.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA.
And welcome back as we get your forecast going this morning. Let's get into some temperatures of what we know will happen across the land today. Should see 56 here in Meridian as we go northward. Columbus area through Louisville should see somewhere around 53. Warms up a tad right there at the state line. We've got heavier rain there. To the south, we'll see 65 in Lucedale. Around Laurel, Hattiesburg area should be around 61. And on the Gulf Coast, about 65. Natchez on that Mississippi River hanging at 60. Nice weather, though, but chilly in Meridian for the day. Carry a jacket. You may need it. It's going to be raining off and on most of the day. We'll quit about 8 o'clock and then more rain moving in after 4 o'clock this afternoon. What's happening tonight? Do y'all see that 4 on the screen? 49 set for the low tonight. Boy, I sure hope you fired up those heaters. We'll tell you more about that coming up also. See 48 in Columbus for an overnight low. 43 at Ole Miss tonight. Burr. 45 will be the high there in Elvis Land at Tupelo as we go to Vicksburg, about 48. And as we go down to Gulfport, that's cool for Gulfport. 51 on the Mississippi Gulf Coast for a low tonight. As we go to Bama, today's high should be 57 in Demopolis, 54 in Birmingham, cooler there. Auburn, somewhere around 58 as they yell War Eagle in that direction today. Now, here's what we got. Wind threat today, and it's going to be windy. Look at this. Gusts of 30 to 40 miles an hour. We'll have sustained winds of anywhere from 20 to 25 once daylight hits. So it's going to be a little messy hair day for you. Keep that in mind. Get a ball cap, and I'll be chasing a cowboy hat across a pasture somewhere today. It always happens. You just can't hang on to them close enough. As we look at what is projected over the next 7 days, what do we got? Normal temperature basically for East Mississippi out to our west as we get in Nevada and California and those areas there. It's still warm, making its way toward Texas and possibly pushing into Mississippi. Cooler up that east coast there through the Carolinas. Here's our 7-day outlook as we see nothing more than 56 today. That's going to be the coolest day that we've had so far this autumn. It's still autumn, isn't it? Fall? 56. Tonight's low again, 49, and that 30% chance of rain moving back in somewhere around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Now, as we get into tomorrow, we'll see great weather, 62, but clouds, low, that may change there. We got some threes here. I was talking about some 40s. We'll see if this holds true or not. 37 popping up for tomorrow night as we get into Friday, 39, and then back over 40 over the weekend there at Saturday. We'll see if that stuff sticks. I thought 49 sounded chilly. Yeah, 37 making its way for Thursday night. You will need your blankets and stuff out for us cold-natured people. As we make our way all the way over to Tuesday, about 73. Let's go another week into November to the 12th. 70s during the daytime, nighttime lows averaging anywhere from 45 to 49 on average, what we've got. So we've got nighttime lows definitely into the 40s. Sunny skies, and that'll make way for green grass to grow in those deer patches, won't it? Here's what we got. Best times to fish today. Brought to you by our friends over at Clarkdale Superette. A great time will be this morning at 6 a.m. It started about 40 minutes ago and will run good through about 8 o'clock this morning. Now, a minor time to fish this afternoon will begin around 1 o'clock and last till 3 o'clock. Sunrise happening at 7:09. As we look at this, as we go to find out about deer hunting, Wimberley Taxidermy tells us west wind around 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 30 to 40. We'll watch that as those gusts come in there. Major times to deer hunt today, 5:52 to 7:52, just shy of 8 o'clock. Another minor time to hunt this afternoon between 1:30 and 2:34. Good luck with that. Sunset should set at 6:06. Sunrise will happen in about 10, 12 minutes from now at 7:09 a.m. That's a quick look at that. What's happening with this girl? Here she is. She's a Cat 3 at this point, still moving along at 120 miles an hour, 952 millibars moving northeast at 10 miles an hour. And let's look at this on radar this morning of where she is and what she's done. Now, it's already made its way through Jamaica, as you'll see that path right there, Montego Bay. It is making landfall as we speak right through here in Cuba this morning as it cuts right across there, and it will remain a Category 3 until it gets back out into the Atlantic, and then eventually by Wednesday at 7 p.m. tonight, reducing to a Cat. I didn't have that up, did I? Reducing to a Cat 2. All right, here's where it went through Jamaica, and then went right across there. It remained a Cat 3 all the way, is what's expected. Through Cuba there, and right there is where it starts downgrading to a 2 and eventually to a 1 and keeping away from the eastern coastline of the U.S. And it's going to be rain and a bunch out there, so keep that in mind if you're traveling there. As we go back to look at local radars, what we've got, closest rain we're picking up this morning, just due north of Carthage, we've got some showers right now as we get up near Starkville. A little bit happening there in Macon, Mississippi, around Highway 45. Kosciuszko has some showers. Now, you'll see this stuff through about 8 o'clock this morning to our east. More rain. Mobile getting wet right now. Selma, all these areas there. Nothing bad. Again, we're going to see this roll back in after 4 o'clock this afternoon. So keep in mind a 30% chance of showers is what we're expecting later today. Now, we've got a lot going on this morning as we'll have Keith in to tell us what's going on out at the fire department. Hickory Picking will drop by and join us this morning as well to find out about their big going-ons there in the big city of Hickory. So much to do, and we'll give you the latest. We got coffee to make. We'll see you get yours, maybe a biscuit. Come back and join us here in about 3 to 4 minutes. We'll go live with what's happening locally. Join us, won't you, here at the Scotty Ray Report.